Well, hello everyone, my name is Prime and welcome back to this episode of ATS Showcases. Yes, it has been a while, we'll get into that in just a second, but today we are here in Eureka and we're heading down to just outside of Sacramento, but we're going via Ukiah. Technically it wants us to take the highway journey here, but I haven't gone on this new coastal route since the 1.44 update and the phase 2 of the California rework, so that's what we're doing today. I am here in the International LT and of course have the drop deck trailer and we're hauling some concrete tubes, and I think today is going to be a great journey. We've got lots to talk about here, so as we start up this International LT, hopefully everyone is doing well. I certainly am. Like I mentioned briefly there, it is great to be back here. I don't know why I looked left. It's not like anyone's coming that way. Good old Primeism, gotta get that rust off. Get off this rust off my commentary and, of course, the driving skills here. So hopefully everything goes smooth, but who knows? For all the new people to the channel, welcome. I'm sorry. That's the best way to say it. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to do a showcase of any sort for I guess it's been a few weeks now. I think the ATS showcase is a good 3 weeks out now, and the ATS2 showcase, was a couple weeks back now. I have been busy. I'm not gonna try and make any excuses like that. The Prime News episodes have been just about as much as I can actually get when it comes to an episode, because they're a lot easier, I guess you could say, in time manner than to make these episodes. I was really missing doing these episodes. I don't know if, I think a lot of you will understand, especially if you've been here around a while. I think you understand how much I enjoy doing these videos. They're really nice to talk about quite a few things, because we've got a list today. I made myself a list because we've got quite a few various blog posts and stuff to briefly talk about here and kind of summarize in this video from the last few weeks, because a lot has happened. But needless to say, it is great to be back here on ATS, and I'm very happy to be back in the driver's seat here, and driving in the game once again. So let's talk about those different blog posts, because there are quite a few of them, to be honest, both from Texas DLC and Montana, but maybe I should start with the dead obvious one. 1.44 has officially released. I didn't actually do a video when 1.44 officially released. As far as I know, the ATS showcase that I did last was actually in the beta, and I also realized that Heavy Haul was not one of the new routes, as far as I'm aware. Once again, that was actually, of course, a revised route because of the revamp itself, but not one of the new routes. I don't even know if there was actually a new route added in California, to be completely honest with you. That's a big Prime oops. I apologize for that, but nonetheless, it was a great episode, and let's talk about some of the other news, I guess you could say, for Montana and Texas. Starting off, I guess we'll go from the oldest one, since I've done that last ATS showcases, is the Texas coastline cities. Now, that blog post, for those who may have seen the Prime News quite a while ago, I guess a couple weeks ago now, that included a good list of quite a few of the coastline cities. I honestly can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but definitely check out that Prime News video, or go back and find the blog post on the SES Software blog forum, I guess you could say. If you want to go and check out those coastline cities, it's a really great video, and for the Prime News, in a sense, because I summarize what the various cities are. I want to say that there were 6 to 9 cities that were kind of confirmed. I think around 6. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But the coastline cities are a huge part of Texas, because it has a lot of coastline. The Gulf of Mexico is just south of the state, and a lot of those southern cities of the state of Texas are quite popular for the economy, and, well, just quite popular in general. So a lot of big names there. Now we go to Montana. We got a couple here of Great Falls, the city and the landmark, I guess you could say, itself, of the Great Falls that the city was named after. It is a really, really nice area. Once again, the screenshots, and I'll just use this for all of the blog posts I'll be touching on today. The blog posts have amazing screenshots. That's no word of a lie. It looks absolutely amazing, both the Montana DLC and the Texas DLC. For those who are wondering what is now going to come first, I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit once I'm done summarizing this, because that's a whole-on spiel/rant topic in itself. Next, we have another Montana blog post on the forestry aspect. Now, this is a pretty common thing now for us in American Truck Simulator, and same going for ETS2. The blog post about the forestry industry, because the forestry industry is a large part, especially in this general area of America itself, plus the states in the economy of ATS already have a large forestry industry integrated, so it's also kind of a, I don't want to say easy, because it's definitely no easy feat to include in a DLC, but it definitely is a more classic, so to speak, ATS economy. So it's something that a lot of people already enjoy to do, and the logging industry in general is quite amazing. And speaking about amazing, I'm completely neglecting this beautiful area here. Just like this little, I want to say like the legend of Bigfoot. So I guess that's like a little, what's it called? Touristy shop in the forest, which does make sense, to be honest with you. But look at this area. I guess this is technically part of the redwoods. Oh, look at those trees. Oh man, this is beautiful stuff. I am not regretting coming this way whatsoever. This is absolutely beautiful. Well done, SES Software. Once again, you guys have killed it. Yeah, these are definitely the redwoods. Look at the size of these trees. All right, now we also have the Texas logging industry or forestry industry. Those two blog posts were actually back to back with each other, which is kind of neat in itself. And it really does show the two very different states, but also the similarities between them, because the logging industry in Texas is also very prevalent, although a lot of people think of Texas being, a little bit more flat and open and desert-like, so to speak. It is not whatsoever, because it is so big. It has so many different climates. I don't want to say climates, but it has multiple different ecosystems within it, and various areas of the state change pretty dramatically. So you do have the wooded areas, and there's a large section of it, and of course you have the more, big open ranch field aspect of the state, I guess you could say. So the Texas and Montana forestry industries are something that you can look forward to, because those supply chains and logistics chains within it are pretty extensive, from the sawmills to the final production of various furniture, or even the housing, like the prefabs, the housing construction areas that we kind of know and love already in ATS. Some of those are there as well. So it is just a really, really beautiful thing to look at, just like this bridge. Man, I have great timing today. This is not planned, okay? It's not like I drove this on a separate save and coming through. It is just really, I don't want to say lucky, because the map, or like the phase 2 of the California reskin, I mean, the whole California reskin is amazing, and the recent stuff that they've been doing, but this is just an amazing area to drive in. It's just so lovely, and I love these more back roads, I guess you could say, or just the county roads, not just the highways. Although the highways are amazing in itself, it's really nice to have these back roads that have a little bit more charm, and these little areas like the one that was just behind us, and that gift shop. Yeah, let me say that one more time. Gift shop stand that was back a few miles back. All right, next we have another Montana blog post, and it's on Butte. I believe I say it as Butte. Once again, some of the pronunciation, some of the different saying, the way that I say these town names or various places will vary, even from episode to episode, to be honest. I apologize. If you guys want to try and spell it out for me and phrase it out, I guess you could say, please do. I'm always open to learning, and some of these areas have their more local way of saying it, and then the way some people who are not from that area will say it. So I want to try and be as authentic as possible. So please, if you're from that area, or if you just know if you simply just know the proper pronunciation, I'm having trouble with that. If you know how to say it properly, there we go. I'm just having a big old trouble with that pronunciation. There we go. Kind of that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Having a trouble with that word today. If you know how to say it, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much. Texas and El Paso, or El Paso. I think it's El Paso, to be honest. Once again, another thing where where how I say it will probably change from a lot of people, but that is what the Sunshine City is definitely or Sunny City. That El Paso is probably one of the bigger names of Texas, and especially the Texas DLC. It is such an iconic area of the state, and well, it's right on the border. Well, I say right; it's actually left of the state when you're looking at a map. But on the western edge between Texas and Mexico, it'll be interesting what happens with border crossings in that area. Something that I didn't actually notice really in the screenshots, unless if I'm just completely missing it. I didn't really notice it, to be honest with you, and I don't know. I can't remember on the microsite if they have anything about border crossings, because that would be interesting. That'll be an interesting part of El Paso if they do actually have some of the border sections as well, because that is a big part of it. But in El Paso, they do have the international airport. Now, the other thing in the El Paso blog post is that there was a bit of a teaser, or another teaser, I guess I should say, on the Load King trailers. Now, you guys have been absolutely amazing when it comes to in the Prime Simulation Discord channel. Quite a few of the members are absolutely amazing at picking out some of these kind of hidden Easter eggs and stuff like that for the various blog posts and stuff like that. Join the conversation if you want to. The link is down in the description, along with many other things, but I'm not going to try and self-promote here very much, because to be honest, I don't like watching a whole whack of that or listening to a whole lot of that anyway, so do what you will. But the invitation link, the Discord invite, is down in the description below. Feel free to join if you are already a member. Check out some of the ATS, ETS2, and general conversation pages, because there are quite a few good teaser conversations and stuff like that that I may not necessarily cover in a dedicated video, but it is really cool to have some of that community interaction as well. Now, the Load King stuff, I as far as I know, it hasn't been, or at least as of recording this video, hasn't been specifically confirmed by SCS Software, but it hasn't necessarily been hidden either. As I said, there have been lots of Easter eggs, and in general, the trailers are quite iconic in a way to actually be able to pick out. They do have some unique traits to them, and of course some of the great detectives in the community have been able to figure that one out fairly easily and compare some videos. You've probably seen videos on it, to be honest, but because I don't do any real speculation videos and various discussions, that's not really my forte here on Prime Simulation. But nonetheless, it's you've probably seen some stuff on Load King. It's a really cool thing that is coming by the looks of it, considering that there are teasers of the trailers themselves. I believe in the El Paso blog post, it was actually one of the grain hopper trailers. So that is very interesting. But nonetheless, it is really cool to have lots of blog posts on Montana and Texas. I believe that is 6 or 7 blog posts I just named and rhymed off there, and that's a lot of information in just the last few weeks. And this begs the question, what is coming first, Texas DLC or Montana? Something that is definitely a challenge for a lot of us in the community now to figure out. Initially, SCS Software said that Texas is coming first. I'm going to be honest, at this point it's a pretty neck and neck race by the looks of the microsites for Texas and Montana when it comes to coming blog posts on on the timeline here. We're pretty even by the looks of it, and I don't really know. It's really going to depend, I guess, on SCS Software's progress on the 2 DLCs. I mean, we haven't had a release now for a little bit. A little bit is maybe a bit of an understatement, but I'm not going to try and get greedy because the quality is just absolutely amazing. So in my eyes, I'd rather it be a little bit longer between a DLC to have amazing quality than just, I don't know, like 6 per year. Although maybe for the sake of efficiency and getting the US state or the US map complete in a timely manner, that would be amazing. But I don't know, like, there's a trade-off either way is what I'm trying to say. Long story short, Montana and Texas, from my eyes, are definitely on pretty level playing grounds when it comes to blog posts, and that's really the only way we can tell, to be honest, what is coming first. Now, what will be a little bit more of a telltale of which is coming first will be when when an official gameplay video comes out. Those blog posts / YouTube videos that they put on the SCS Software channel is a fairly significant indicator of when the DLC is coming. They do launch those videos within anywhere from a month to a month and a half before or sometimes even earlier, closer to the release date. And there have been times where they've actually done the gameplay videos and not had a release date already confirmed, and then they've confirmed it a week or so later. So whenever for example, Texas gameplay comes out or a Montana gameplay comes out, we then know that whatever DLC it is coming very, very soon. So that is really neat to see, and or it's really neat to see the kind of, from our perspective, the little bit of a race, I guess you could say, between Montana and Texas. Either way, I'd be happy. I would not complain with any of the DLCs. I think I just missed my exit. Did I miss my exit? I did, but I don't know if it's really that big a deal, because I could just come down here, go across, and come up. Why don't I do that? I'm not going to prime it today. I do not feel like doing that, and I don't feel like feeling the heat from the comment section. So we're just going to continue on, and now I got to figure out what more to talk about. Although I was going to be in this boat no matter what way it went. But let's talk a little bit then about 1.44. Well, it's finally out for both ATS and ETS2. I mentioned this at the beginning of the episode, but I'll just kind of go once again in a little bit more detail for those who are unaware. There are multiple different things that came in with 1.44. Maybe more notably is the adjustable suspension height here on ATS and ETS2. I gotta be exiting. Almost missed my exit again. That'd be 2 in a row. That'd be a record, I think, and that's even for me, which I'm extremely talented. Not in that sector. Man, that would be something else, wouldn't it? Missed my exit twice. Yeah, gee whiz. Comment section would be livid. I don't know. I think you guys would be laughing probably. My amazing navigation skills here in ATS. Anyways, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, 1.44, and what was coming? I had went a decent ways before I actually remembered that. But we're going across. This is one of the bridges around San Francisco. I can't remember. Sorry for those who will know the name right off the top of their head. I don't. I probably have said it before. I forgot. Whatever. 1.44. Adjustable suspension, one of the bigger parts, and on ATS, also California revamp phase 2 is probably the largest section of the revamp, and definitely probably the more flagship option. And now 1.44 also secretly introduced a adaptive or dynamic cruise control. Now keep in mind that this hasn't been confirmed by SCS Software, and in no shape or form have been really. It's not perfect yet, that's for sure. But it was something that you can enable via the developer console if you have that enabled, and it is really, really quite cool. There's also an emergency braking feature, so it seems like they're bringing in some of the new automated safety systems, and I guess user or driver assist, I guess you could say, that a lot of vehicles and trucks these days have, but it is definitely a really cool feature, but it was not included in 1.44. So is this now a 1.45 feature, or is it a dedicated update? We don't really know, to be honest, because there's been no real information on it other than, I believe it was Toast. Yes, it was. Toast was the video I saw, and it was actually on the ETS2 side of things that got me interested and to see if it was in ATS. I do believe you actually put out a video on in ATS as well, but I didn't actually see that video. Yes, it is in ATS. It is in ETS2. As far as I know, it's still in ATS in ATS2 in the full 1.44 release. It is a very unique feature, something that I am looking forward to seeing more of. And yeah, when it comes to the changes in 1.44, I was just happy with the update in general. I know a lot of you mod players were a little bit frustrated because it's taking, as far as I know, it's taking a bit for some of the mods to update because there were some pretty significant changes in the game itself. But I don't know. I'm not going to complain because, in all honesty, my mod list, and I know I've had a few people ask for it, it's really hard. I don't really have a mod list that I use generally in these videos because ATS Showcases there's a reason for it being called ATS Showcase. And did I miss another exit? Oh no, I'm going the right way. It's just the road snakes around. I'll continue. I'm just losing it here a little bit. There's a reason why it's called ATS Showcase. Very rarely, I guess I should say, do I do multiple mods kind of back to back or continually. Now there is an exemption for the engine and sound mods. I will stick with those for a while just because of how significant they are in the just general gameplay of my videos. And it is, oh, that car just disappeared. Funky. Okay, well, won't mind that. Maybe possible glitch, I don't know. It just vanished, like got abducted by the smoke in the air from this industrial park, which, by the way, crazy detail in that, just saying. That looks amazing. Oh, the fog is a little weird still. I don't know. I do know with 1.44 that there were some bugs and various things. Now I know the community did a great job at trying to fix and correct that. There are lots of bug reports back and quite a few minor updates, but this will all still come in and be fixed as well. Nothing is set in stone yet, obviously, and I mean, updates are made to have updates. It's the way it is. SE Software are normally absolutely amazing at making sure the fundamental of the game, and really the whole update itself, is very, very tight, I guess you could say. No real loose ends. Of course, there's always these little things that will happen. That's just the nature of programming and nature of doing a game, and especially if something for scale. When you're talking about a fairly large and update with multiple different features, multiple different physics engines that are being updated and added and changed. It's no simple feat, and I'm always impressed by what they can do, and always impressed with the quality they can push in even the beta without having major game crashes. It also depends. Ooh, that didn't want to go to the outside. It also depends on your system. Some systems, maybe it's newer, older, new hardware, old hardware. Sometimes the middle ground is where you want to be, just for either new stuff that isn't quite up there, it's almost too good, new and good for what the game could support, and then some of the older stuff is just too old for what the game can do. Either way, it depends on your system. I haven't actually experienced any major game crashes. I think maybe only once in one update quite a while ago, and I didn't want cinematic cam there. That's a little awkward. Once a while ago did I actually have a game crash, but then I just restarted my computer and it was gone. So I think that was more of a me problem more than SES Software. Either way, I don't know. It's the way it is. Now, oh, I gotta get over here. I'm not turning left right here. Thank you. I didn't realize it went down. My navigation is having issues today, I will tell you that much. But I'm going to talk about this kind of again. It is great to be back on ATS showcase, doing an ATS showcase. And to be honest with you, it's great to be doing a showcase in general. I don't care if it's ETS2 or ATS, I'm just going. Bus stop. Thank you. I think he was turning as well, but I'm going first because I'm going to be running soon, I think. Just look up on this crazy intersection that overpasses can be. It's just, look, oh, not even driving the lane now. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. This I missed doing some of the cases. You know what? It's hit. There are days I can do the episodes, but I have other stuff happen that will really change my plans. I'm also kind of developing a new system for how I maybe prep for these episodes to make sure that I can actually do the recording session like I'm doing now a little bit more efficiently. I mean, for those who don't actually do some of these videos and stuff, oh, we got a checkpoint here. You may not realize how much actually. I'm going to get over to one that actually has the green thing, because I learned in ATS 2 sometimes it does not work. I do realize that, you know what, for some of you may not know how much actually goes into these episodes when it comes to prep. I think some of you probably could imagine, but I'm not talking about a major amount, but it's definitely no slouch. I'd like to get over here. No, maybe not. Thank you, AI. That was really awkward and weird. Okay. There's a decent amount with this, okay? I'm not going to try and make excuses. They're kind of, you know, try and like make it over the top, because there's quite a few people who do it. I have a bit of a system when I do it, and I want to try and change things up. So I have to either buy the truck or reconfigure a truck that I have. Obviously, go through the options, figure out a trailer if I'm going to do a trailer that is an ownable one, or if I'm going to use a trailer that's just from the market. It's a little bit easier, but I have to decide what kind of cargo type do I want. I don't want to be doing heavy hauls all the time. I don't want to be doing box trailers all the time. I've got to try and do a balance. So it definitely is a bit of a challenge coming up with these ideas, and I've got to teleport to a different, or travel to a different part on the map. There's just multiple factors that I've got to get set up, and that and alone can take a decent amount of time, depending on the video, depending on the truck trailer combo, depending on the delivery. You know, there's various making sure the weather's good, so clearing that in the developer console. There's setting the time of day, so then in one of these deliveries, I can actually, you know, take my time with it, and I'm gonna still be in decent daylight, so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But there's just a decent amount to these videos that some of you may not actually realize goes into it, which is kind of a fun aspect of it. And I'm not saying I enjoy every second of it, but basically, long story short, I'm just kind of learning again a new system to basically prep, if I have time, my next showcase, whether it's on ATS or if it's on ETS 2. Prep it, get the truck, the trailer, the job, everything ready, and then just save. And then I can come back in, do this, take the picture for the thumbnail, start my recording stuff, and start the episode and just enjoy it. Or enjoy it even more, and just it gets stuff done a little bit easier and a little bit faster as well. So that way I can get it up to you guys even faster. And it's just it's that continuous evolution in YouTube that a lot of people don't actually realize happens. You can't just stick in one way and go with it, because either you're going to become outdated, so to speak, or it's just really not as efficient. You're going to learn. Oh my word, did I miss it again? No, I did it again. I am telling you, this is just not my day. 3 misses now. 3 misses of exits. I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it. It's insane. This has got to be a record. A record that I don't know if I should be happy or upset with. I don't know. It's the way it is. You miss your exit, you go to the next exit. But if you keep missing the exit that you're supposed to take because you missed your first exit, it just makes your trip even longer. But I'm not missing this exit, because as far as I know, yep, this is the exit just before our delivery here. We gotta go back across the highway and then head over to our delivery point, because I had a window pop up when I was doing my detour that our customer expects delivery soon. Well, no kidding. Your driver that you hired to move your concrete tubes keeps missing his exits because he's talking, and he hasn't been doing this for a few weeks now. He's a little bit rusty, and he's got to try and get his rust back. Rust back? No, try and get the shiny metal back instead of the little rusty bit. and get nice and clear with his mobility, driving skills, and navigation skills. Yes, I just talked to myself, and was that second or third person? I don't know at this point. It could be sixth for all I know. All right, I think we're getting pretty close. I am having it today. Love ATS. When you have a fairly busy day and then you do this as a... this is honestly a way for me to de-stress, mostly, other than when I do this. But I honestly laugh at all these, everything I do when it comes to a mistake. I'm not perfect, and I hope you guys don't expect me to be perfect, because I am human. And it is a bit more entertaining, I would say, as well, than just a complete perfect journey. It's these things that kind of just throw you in the loop there, and it just makes it very interesting, or at least for me, when I go back and edit, I just laugh. It makes it's part of the fun experience, and that's why it's called America Truck Simulator. I obviously try to be as realistic as possible, but you can only be so realistic in life when it comes to these games, because they're supposed to be enjoyable. You have to have some fun to make it not just feel like a grind, so to speak. And that's why that's the mentality I try to keep even when I'm doing the videos. I try and make it fun for myself, so I don't feel like I'm just obligated to do it, so to speak. I do it because I really enjoy it and I find it really funny, and like some of the things that will happen when I'm making the videos especially. But overall, it is just a really fun experience, whether everything goes smoothly or not. It just makes that little bit of diversity there, makes it really fun to play, and hopefully it makes it fun for you guys to watch as well. I have to say, you guys are truly incredible. We hit 1.5 thousand subscribers the other day, and of course, good old YouTube fluctuating around. On my end, I see the nitty-gritty stuff of, you know, one up, one down, whatever, because good old YouTube accuracy right there. Nonetheless, we hit 1.5k. You guys are truly incredible. The support that you guys show on a daily, in some cases weekly, monthly timeline, it's just absolutely amazing. The Prime Timer community, the best community ever from SES Software. You guys are just incredible. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And this is just the beginning, everyone. This is just the beginning of this channel, of my journey. Something that hopefully you guys can come along with me, live and learn, make mistakes, and move on, and try and learn from them and be the best version of me as I can. We are delivering to what I like to call a classic delivery point in a Brutman construction zone. Yeah, this is a classic, my friends. This is a classic indeed. We've got to wait for that red light so we can actually go through. Maybe I'll go ahead and throw the hazards on, because we are going to be making a delivery here. And this would actually make sense, delivering concrete tubes, because they're redoing a road line, and I think, oh, that's actually a concrete tube in there, or a pipe or something, like water main or something. I don't know if it'd be out here, but who knows in California. Yeah, that's actually really cool. A little bit of continuity there. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. So let's pull in here. It's actually been, I think, revamped as well, to be honest. The extra detail from the dirt in the extra lane. And oh yeah, it's definitely like a water main or something, which is very, very cool. So let's go ahead and pull in here. And hopefully back this up fairly simply. Just hold on there. Man. Oops. Gotta put it in reverse. Listen to the beep. That bus was really close. Guess gotta get that tours done. Alright. There we go. Look at that. Nice and simple. I wouldn't say it's the hardest reverse in the world, but I would say that is an absolutely amazing journey. Besides the fact that I missed my exit so many times, thank you guys so much for watching. Great to be back here on ATS show, or doing an ATS showcases. I get my series mixed up all the time. You would not believe how many times I do intros and outros with the wrong, the wrong series name, and I have to redo parts of it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.